Hello and welcome to Curtis Ambulance's driver training. In this video, we're going to cover ambulance driving, rig checks, following distances, parking, backing, driving emergent, navigation and staging, radio communication, accident policy and procedures, and more. Driving 101. Always wear your seatbelt. It's not only a company policy, it's the law. You're required to follow all traffic laws at all times. The speed limit for side streets and neighborhoods is 25 miles an hour unless otherwise posted. Use your directional signal and use due regard regardless of response mode. Do not exceed 25 miles an hour in school zones when children are present, including when driving emergent. Day or night, your headlights should always be on. This is also a company policy. Absolutely no cell phone use while driving. Crack your window for safety. It is recommended to have your window slightly open to better hear your surroundings. Smoking in all vehicles is prohibited by company policy and by law. Always have your driver's license with you. Rig checks. Rig checks must be completed at the beginning of your shift. Rig checks are important so that you're ready to respond. So if there are issues, they are addressed. So you and your partner stay safe and so you comply with state standards and company policy. It is also important to check your rig's fluid levels at the beginning of your shift. These include windshield washer fluid, oil, power steering fluid, brake fluid, and antifreeze. Check your lights. Check your turn signals, brake lights, headlights, and emergency lights. Check your tire pressures. Check for any cosmetic damage and make sure management is aware of it. Check fuel level. All rigs per company policy are to maintain a minimum of a half a tank of fuel. And as a friendly reminder, our rigs only use diesel fuel. Remember to return your completed rig forms to the designated member of your division. Following distance. What is following distance? Following distance is the distance between your vehicle and the vehicle in front of yours. How do you measure following distance? Choose a landmark. In this example, we will use the tree. Count the seconds between the vehicle in front of you passing the landmark and your vehicle passing the landmark. What is the minimum following distance required at all times? 4 seconds. It's also a good idea to increase following distance in inclement weather when you're traveling over 55 miles an hour or there are bad road conditions. Parking on scene. Motor vehicle accident. If you're first on scene, use your rig to protect the scene. Activate your emergency lights. Use emergency triangles as necessary. At an MVA with emergency vehicles on scene, use other emergency vehicles to protect your rig. Do not block the fire engine. Activate your lights and use your emergency triangles if needed. Remember, if your feet are on the street, put a vest on your chest. Parking. Always have an exit strategy. You'll never know when you'll need to go. Ensure other vehicles are not blocking your exit. Parking at a residential address. Park so you have an exit and can unload or load your patient safely without anything interfering. Parking, emergency lights. Always activate your emergency lights when parking in a non-designated parking spot. High idle. If you are parked with your emergency lights on, you must activate the parking brake. This initiates high idle to preserve battery. Parking in winter months. Snow will be a factor. Watch for shoveled driveways and walkways. Watch for limited parking options and be aware of street parking regulations. Use caution when exiting your vehicle. Backing. Always use a backer. It is company policy. If the backer can see the side mirrors, the driver can see the backer. Know your hand signals. Back up slowly. Stop. Turn left. Turn right. All movements while backing should be performed slowly. Spatial relations. Know your size. Emergency vehicles are larger than average vehicles. Always be aware of your size. Watch for awnings, underpasses, and low-hanging branches. Never attempt a U-turn. Your vehicle is too big. Know your pivot point. This will help you when you change direction. It is normally located by the front of the back tire. Driving emergent. The basics. Don't make their emergency your emergency. Lights and sirens do not automatically give you the right of way. They request the right of way. As we all know, many drivers are distracted and may not hear you, see you, or yield. Risk versus benefit. Use your judgment. Emergency driving is not always effective and it can be more dangerous. If conditions dictate emergent driving to be ineffective, is it really worth the risk? Driving emergent. Watch your speed. When driving emergent on a side street, how fast should you travel? The posted speed limit is normally 25 miles an hour. When driving emergent on a throughway and freeway, how fast should you travel? No more than 10 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. And only in the left lane. Never pass a school bus with the stop sign and red lights activated. You should deactivate your siren, and once the bus driver deactivates their stop sign and lights, you may proceed. Children are present, so proceed with caution. Driving emergent. Intersections. Intersections are the #1 location of accidents. You cannot count on drivers yielding to emergency vehicles. Just because most vehicles stop doesn't mean they all will. Sirens and controlled intersections. Change your siren tone half a block prior to the intersection. Do not switch back to the normal siren until you have cleared the intersection. Slow to posted speed limit at green lights. Slow to 10 miles an hour at flashing yellow lights. Complete stop at all red lights is required. Clear lane by lane. Make eye contact with the driver in each lane. Proceed through the intersection in the left lane. If possible, your attendant should help you clear each lane. Stop at all stop signs. Always proceed with caution. Stopped vehicles may not remain stopped. Blind intersections. Intersections may be blocked by buildings, trees, or other obstacles. Oncoming traffic cannot see your lights. Drivers may not hear your siren. Drivers also may not know where the siren is coming from. Blocked intersection. Do not push other cars into the intersection. Turn off your emergency lights and sirens. Wait for the intersection to clear. Freeway driving. Emergent. Driving emergent. Watch your speed. You should never drive more than 75 miles an hour. Driving emergent is not always necessary. Depending upon traffic conditions, it may be beneficial to deactivate your lights and sirens while traveling at freeway speeds. When traveling at high speeds, you can outrun your siren. Travel in the left lane. When exiting the freeway, allow extra time to move to the exit lane. Make intentions to all drivers known early and change lanes slowly. Beware of drivers riding your wake, otherwise known as tailgating. Some vehicles may use you to clear the way for them. Exit ramp. Slow to the posted speed on exit ramps. Navigation. Milwaukee is a grid system. A basic rule of thumb, numbered streets run north and south. Named streets run east and west. I-94 is the divider between the addresses. North 35th Street is located on the north side of I-94. South 35th Street is located on the south side of I-94. North 35th, South 35th. Interstate 94. Curtis's primary 911 response area. Good neighbor policy. Do not activate lights and sirens until you are 2 blocks away from the station. Driving emergent at night. If you are not violating any traffic laws and are alone on the road, lights and sirens may not be necessary. Arriving on scene. The siren may be turned off as to not wake the entire block. Radio communications. Use clear text. Ready, on scene, transporting, final or at destination, clearing scene. As always, notify dispatch of delays or special considerations. 10 codes to know in the city of Milwaukee. 1016, non-emergent. 1017, emergent. 1053, send police, non-emergency. 1054, send police, crew in danger. On the radio, speak professionally with clear text and keep it short. Use the Nextel for accidents or breakdowns, longer conversation, and anything other than your location update. Accidents happen. Our accident policy and procedures. In the event of an accident, Curtis Ambulance has the following vehicle accident reporting policy. Vehicle accident reports are in every vehicle along with insurance information. Notify dispatch immediately via Nextel. Investigate the accident. Check for injuries of the patient, civilians, or personnel. Assign personnel to begin aiding the injuries as needed. Notify dispatch with specifics. exact location of the accident, number and type of injuries, and the need for additional units. Dispatch will notify police and fire and a supervisor. Protection on the scene. Activate your emergency lights. Use safety triangles and vests. If possible, do not move the vehicle until police arrive. Do not discuss the accident with anyone other than police and your supervisor. Obtain information. Obtain the following from the driver, passenger, and witnesses: name, address, and phone number. Obtain the following vehicle information: make and model, license plate number, insurance information including the policy number. If easier, snap a photo of the driver's license, insurance card, and license plate. Complete vehicle accident report. Accurately and fully complete the vehicle accident report. Describe in detail the events leading up to the accident. Use the accident diagram to illustrate the scene. Both members of the crew must complete a first report of injury even if no injury occurred. Video event recorders. Every rig is equipped with 2 cameras with an integrated microphone and a recording unit. This provides an increased safety, reduction in liabilities, and enhanced training opportunities. This is an example of what your dash cam sees. Provides a view out the front, a view out the back, your speed, and your GPS location. Visors are to remain up at all times unless blocking the sun. This is because the drive cams can be blocked by the visor. Crews are strictly forbidden from tampering with the dash cam or obstructing the camera's view. Milwaukee driving, special considerations. We are not alone on the road. We cannot control what others do on the road, but we can be prepared. Beware of bicycles, motorcycles, pedestrians, bad drivers. Drivers may fail to use their turn signals, follow traffic laws, yield to emergency vehicles, and abide by the speed limit. Vehicles running red lights. Many drivers in Milwaukee believe stopping at red lights is optional. Stopping at stop signs is only a suggestion, and yellow means to floor it. Night drivers. Many motorists do not expect to see other drivers late at night or early in the morning hours. Traffic lights change to blinking yellow-red, causing higher chance of driver interpretation. Witnessing an accident scene. If you are on a call, notify dispatch and continue on your call. Adjust for driving conditions. Slow down for snow, rain, sleet, and fog. Vehicle breakdowns. Pull over to a safe area. Notify dispatch via Nextel. If you are impeding traffic, activate your emergency lights. Railroad crossings. Always slow your vehicle at all railroad crossings. This is to help you look for trains and to avoid discomfort for the patient and damage to the rig. You must stop at all uncontrolled railroad crossings. If you are running emergent, deactivate your siren to listen for an oncoming train. Never attempt to beat a train. The more you know. In a 20-year study, an average of 4,500 annual vehicle accidents involving an ambulance occur. 59% of those were running emergent. 34% were running non-emergent. the number of fatalities, all accidents, 48% occurred at an intersection, 30% occurred due to rear-ending. In the last 2.5 years, rear-ending accidents have cost the company over $350,000. January through April seem to be the problem months. You must always drive with due regard for the safety of your crew, your patient, and the general public. Emergency vehicle operators have been criminally charged with vehicular manslaughter, negligent homicide, and reckless driving. Lights and sirens do not excuse your responsibility to drive safely and within the law. Thank you, and stay safe out there.